What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live at the App Stupid Studio podcast. App like you got some sense. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. We like it when you do that around here. Also, if you want to fund the madness directly, hit us up at the Cash App. $ Vern Dollars. DOLLAZ. Still a busy day getting these stories out. Jim Harbaugh just got the job in the Los Angeles Chargers. I was about to say San Diego, because to some of us, they are still the San Diego Chargers. I don't know. Not going to disrespect them. Good people of LA. You've got the coach. So we'll go over his contract and should be a pretty good time. Also want to talk about Titans GM, Ran Carthon. He's got the final say now. And that's after he hired Brian Callahan. But the coaching staff still up in the air. So we'll talk about the Titans. Joe Barry, he is out as the Packers defensive coordinator after 3 seasons. Cheeseheads, how do you feel about that one? Yep, Matt LaFleur's. He brought everything to the forefront. So going to go ahead and cover that. Also going to go ahead and cover the story about the Iowa and Iowa State, how these athletes at this college had their rights infringed upon. It'll blow your mind. It's scary how they can go ahead and do this and suffer no repercussions. We'll talk about that. Then I guess we're going to share a story that's been brewing here in the studio, and it spilled over from, I wouldn't even say an argument. It was just a spirited debate about getting the elite category more precise, because I feel like anybody can stick elite anywhere. And we'll get into that and why there's only 2 elite quarterbacks in the NFL. You'll be surprised to know who they are. We're going to take a quick 20-second break from an unofficial sponsor of the show. Subway, eat fresh. Try the Subway. No, it's Subway Eat Fresh, Refresh. Try the signature subs or try many of the delightful sandwiches. Make sure you download the app, order online, visit the good folks at your local Subway. Subway Eat Fresh, Refresh. So we got into this conversation and some people took it the wrong way. Now, I am one of these people. I can't crown you as elite if you haven't won anything. Does that make sense? In order for you to be elite, and we're only going back 7 years because I did not want people to try and pluck Aaron Rodgers from obscurity and try and stick him somewhere he doesn't belong. So when we go back 7 years, up until now, you have elite quarterbacks, then you have great quarterbacks, then you have good quarterbacks, and then you have okay. Now, here's the criteria, okay? So, is Patrick Mahomes the only elite QB in the NFL? And I'll give you my criteria on why you'll see it my way. So, to be elite, you would have had to win the division. You won the conference championship. And you won the Super Bowl. That means that you beat out all of your peers, and when the game mattered the most, you won that game. You are elite. When you go back the last 7 years, there's only two guys that come to mind. One guy is inactive, and that's Tom Brady. He retired. You go back and you look at Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is a two-time Super Bowl winner and a league MVP. He is elite. Another guy's name came up who is elite, and that's Matthew Stafford. Because Matthew Stafford, he beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Whether you like him or not, how you feel about him, the man won his division, he won the conference, the NFC, and he won the Super Bowl. Like it or not, those are the apples. The man's elite. Now, you have a 7-year mark where it's going to actually fall apart. But those are elite guys. Elite guys. You've got great quarterbacks. Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. He won his conference. He won his division. He lost the Super Bowl. That is not elite. You were bested by Matthew Stafford. You are a great quarterback, and there's nothing wrong with that, but he's a great quarterback. Jalen Hurts. He won his division. He won the NFC championship game. He lost the Super Bowl to Patrick Mahomes. He is not elite, but he is a great quarterback. Nothing wrong with that. Again, my criteria is simple. You had to have won your division. You had to have won your conference. And then you had to have won the Super Bowl to be elite. You can be great if you win your conference. Then you win your division, but you lose the Super Bowl. You are still a great quarterback. But elite is only reserved for the guys who can beat the best of the best. And in that setting, you only have 2 elite guys in the last 7 years, not named Tom Brady. You got a bunch of good quarterbacks. The criteria for good: you've won your division. You win a playoff game. That's it. There's a lot of good quarterbacks in the NFL, and there's nothing wrong with that. Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. CJ Stroud is a good quarterback. Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. Josh Allen is a good quarterback. He is not elite. You can't be elite if you haven't won the conference or the Super Bowl. You won your division. You lost everything else. Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback. Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. Jared Goff is a good quarterback. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. These guys, they won their division. They've won some playoff games, and that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they're not elite. They haven't beat the best of the best. That's fine. That's why it's one of what is it? The 1% of the 1%. And if you go back 7 years by my criteria, this will make sense to a lot of people. I know we was going round and round disagreeing with that, but there's one special QB out there. We will talk about that situation when we come back from an unofficial break from another unofficial sponsor of the show. Yes, Taco Bell, Live Moz. Taco Bell. Try the $5 fill up box or or the cheesy burritos, the gorditas, the Mexican pizzas. Taco Bell, Live Moz. Download the app, visit the good folks down at your local Taco Bell, or order online. Taco Bell, Live Moz. So, there's one special QB out there, and he's in a category of his own, and that's Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson is in a category of his own because he's breaking records along the way. And that's special. He's breaking records not only in the playoffs, but also in the regular season. He's doing something that has never been done before. That's special. It's almost like the category of running backs. If you were alive in the mid to late 80s and you saw Bo Jackson. Yeah, Barry Sanders was good. Barry Sanders was amazing. Emmitt Smith was good. Emmitt Smith was amazing. Bo Jackson was a freak of nature. Bo Jackson is in a category of his own. And Lamar Jackson is carved out his own. Now, he stands a few days away from being into the great QB conversation. If he can beat Patrick Mahomes and dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs on his way to a Super Bowl, he goes from special to great. Because he would be the NFL two-time MVP. Patrick Mahomes only is a one-time MVP, but he's a two-time Super Bowl champion. And if Lamar is able to get the elusive NFL championship at the end of the year, then he goes from great to elite. And that's the criteria. It's hard to argue the criteria. We don't have to move the goalpost and say, I like the way this guy throws, that guy throws. What did he win? What did he win? What did he do? You can't give somebody an elite tag who hasn't won anything. You won your division. A lot of these divisions are soft and sorry. And you win a playoff game, okay, you're a pro. You're supposed to do that. Especially in the first round. You're playing the lowest seeds in the first round. But in the second round, it starts to get a little tighter. Competition starts to get a little better. Then in the conference championships, you are playing the best of the best in that conference. And if you beat the best of the best in the conference, then you go from good to great. And if you win the Super Bowl, you beat the best of the best of the best on the other side of the conference, the NFC. And then you become elite because you beat your contemporaries. Everybody who's in my good category, they haven't beat those guys. But I could be wrong. So let me know how you have it scored. And we'll get back to more things. As always, Busy Hour will be back with Joe Barry. He's out as Packers defensive lineman. We're out.